Hey everyone, Gabriella here. I'm doing a vlog on my visit to the San Antonio Zoo for the first time. I have interviewed CEO Tim Morrow before, and I'm coming here to learn about some of their conservation efforts and programs. They have some new exhibits opened, and as you know, zoos play an instrumental role in educating people about endangered and peril species and even commonly known species. Ooh, I have first entered the black bear section. Look at that. Ursus americanus hiding right behind over there. I'm looking forward to learning about the different species that are here. I'm more used to the San Diego Zoo and also the Smithsonian DC Zoo, so I'm excited to learn about San Antonio's offerings and bring you guys some cool interviews and some behind the scenes look into my visit here. Hey guys and gals, this is a new exhibit that just opened, I was told. It's the Pantera Walk, and I should hopefully be seeing some jaguars. Oh my gosh, look how beautiful that jaguar is right there. Can you guys see that? Beautiful cat. Something I did not expect to see. I think these look like carp or tilapia. Ooh, look at this. Actually, no, they are koi fish. This is really nice. Flamingos in the distance.
Человек произошла от обезьяны, видишь? У них же одни лапы длиннее, другие короче. Ноги длиннее.
So we've entered big cat territory. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it looks like a male lion sleeping in the distance. That's pretty cool. Seen some jaguars, a little bit of lions, maybe some tigers. I mean, I'm gonna guess that's a baby, right?
You want to put the fish some more?
These are some of the fastest animals in the world. How cute they are. So these are the addax. They look a little bit like kudu. Really neat creatures. I like the horns. Look at that, beautiful and graceful.
Left is Stormy.
Okay.
And he's our male. And the one laying down in the middle is West. She's a female. And then the one on the far right is Rhino, another female. I don't know why they're laying in their food. That's their breakfast. They do it frequently. Some people, mainly the guests, have hypothesized that they do it to protect it, to keep it away from others. I don't know. I can't prove it one way or the other. They're all white rhinos. White rhinos are grazers, which means they, in the wild, they eat grass or other plants like that, as opposed to browsers. The black rhinos, which are the other species of African rhino, are browsers, and they eat mostly leaves and twigs. So the white rhinos might be happy with the grass-like plants, and the black rhinos, if we had them, would be into the browse. Black rhinos are not social necessarily, but white rhinos are very social, which means they'll live in groups. So we have 3 of them.
Are these related to the one that is extinct in the wild?
These are southern white rhinos.
Okay.
The ones that are extinct are northern white rhinos.
Okay.
And as I understand it, they have a collection of frozen sperm and eggs. It's all from nature television. And someday, when they get the techniques perfected, they are going to attempt to implant them into a southern white rhino to try to have a northern white rhino.
Look at this. African wild dogs in the wild. They are often confused for hyenas. I actually think they're much prettier than hyenas. But look at that. Seeing them in the flesh. Hello. Look how cool this is. And they're running. Very, very nice.
Let's keep looking around.
I'm about to go meet with Dante from the conservation programs to learn more specifically about what the San Antonio Zoo is doing to help recover, protect, and encourage conservation efforts. Let's see what he has to say.
The walls are insulated. They're about yay thick. This was originally used to ship meat and produce all over the world. So we had to set something up that would withstand the summer heat, right? Again, a big concern here is that we have some sort of extreme temperature change inside of our building. It's not okay. Everything in here is temperature sensitive, and these things are amazing. They will hold within half a degree on the hottest summer day. We use slightly different HVAC systems. Instead of an actual air conditioning unit, we use something that's called a heat pump. It's a little bit more expensive. It removes heat from an area differently than an AC unit does. So more expensive at the outset, but far more efficient. We're working with a variety of federally listed endangered species in here, including things like, let's see, let's go down and see a big one, Texas blind salamanders.
Oh, wow.
So these are the blind groundwater salamanders that are in the aquifer below our feet. Technically below our feet, a little north of here. You know, Texas has an amazing subterranean biodiversity. And a lot of folks would say, well, why should I care about something that lives in groundwater? I'm never going to see them. I'm never going to encounter them. Why do they matter? And that the answer to that is complicated. And I don't personally believe that we need to boil wildlife down to what do humans get out of it. That's not my personal belief system. But I fully recognize that for the vast majority of humans out there, that's where they're going to go. So my 2-bit spiel is, if you go home and you go to your medicine cabinet and you take an inventory, and then you Google it, and you figure out where all those things came from, you cannot come out with a list. Little brown salamanders, this is called a Salado salamander, and it's one of those federally listed endangered spring salamanders that's only known from a couple of spring heads. So a surface salamander, not like these guys where they're living in subterranean waters necessarily, but definitely groundwater associated.
Okay.
Yeah.
The species that we're looking at right now.
This is a Mexican blind catfish. It's one of the rarest fishes in the world. They are endemic or only found in an aquifer that sits below the Texas-Mexico border, down on into Mexico. Unfortunately, on the Mexico side of the border, there's a brewery, and the brewery is extracting water at a rate that exceeds natural recharge rates, so less and less water is in the aquifer, and at some point that will end badly for things that are only found in the groundwater system there. We have permits to collect these on both sides of the borders, and try to figure out how to keep them and how to breed them in the lab. So that's what we're doing with them here. Communities. And over those 15 years, I built some great friendships, etc., and offset some of the costs involved with the project. Now the zoo basically, and we've just recently partnered with a couple more institutions, and we kind of share. all the way across the state of Texas. Now they're missing from about 40% of their traditional range.
Want to do some video maybe?
I'm doing video this one.
Yeah.
I'll do both.
Okay, cool. Okay. Oh, so you're gonna film me?
Yep.
All right. Oh, you are hungry, aren't you?
Oh, he is. He's always hungry.
So individually?
He's our growing boy. Yeah, he can do him individually.
Love it.
He's about 15 feet tall and 9 years old.
Wow.
We've got his older brother, Cosmo, who's 9.5 years old, and his dad, Alec, who's 13. These guys come from the Gladys Porter Zoo in Brownsville, where they participated in a breeding program. It's actually Alan that was participating, and he had a ton of babies.
Really?
So many that he got retired from his program. But he had enough to help us stabilize their population. What we're hoping to do is get hold those flat.
Hold this on my hand. Oh my gosh.
And let him kind of munch on it. There you go. Perfect.
Knows how to clean it really well.
Here, I'll take that one from you.
Awesome.
With Alan's help and with your help, we're able to help save these guys.
Sure.
Alan's creating a stable population so we can introduce them into Africa once it's a little bit safer. And then just through awareness of their endangerment.
Wow.
They'll help out.
Yeah. Everyone. Oh my goodness.
You can have alfalfa. Stormy can have alfalfa. That's how we're doing it.
Sharing is caring.
So Stormy is.
I got to pet a rhino for the first time, safely. It's really cool. There are two girls. These are the two girl rhinos, and then here's the male who's been kind of frisky with them recently, as the zookeepers are telling me. So it's been really cool to kind of see this behind the scenes. Not very many people get to do this, but I'm in a lucky position to learn about them. I'm excited about this. How cool.
On Thursday, I was like, that looks a little bright. Is Kevin a woman?
Kevin is a male, actually.
Okay.
And you can tell by the green cap he has.
Okay.
Now, during mating season, his nice, beautiful feathers will come in to attract the females. And then outside of mating season, they'll start to get kind of a dull coloration. And it kind of all has to go with the seasons and when mating is time. So right now,
I'll send you all the video. We did a really funny video on Kevin the Duck.
All right, guys, I am concluding my time at the San Antonio Zoo, and I have one man to credit and thank for this wonderful world-class experience. My new friend, Tim Morrow, the CEO of the San Antonio Zoo. I'm a little short. Let's pull him up. There you go. And let's turn him around. So, Tim, what did you show me these last few hours?
Today we got to have a great experience at San Antonio Zoo, which is really more than just a zoo. So you toured the Will Smith Zoo School. It's the largest nature-based preschool in the country. Just an incredible experience for the kids that go to school there, over 240 of them. You got to see our Center for Conservation and Research, where we're doing conservation work around the globe right here from San Antonio Zoo, and have a great team that's all over the country and all over South America and Asia doing great work on behalf of the world. And then we got to meet some of the great animals here at San Antonio Zoo. So you got to, get up close and personal with some of our southern white rhinos, with our hippos, with our giraffes. And so there's a lot of experiences here at the zoo that allow guests to really make that connection with animals, to hopefully inspire that desire to conserve those species. And so San Antonio zoos and accredited zoos in general are a great place for people to come visit and inspire conservation and really work to save the world.
And why is the San Antonio Zoo a must visit for anyone who comes to San Antonio?
We're a huge part of San Antonio, in the history of San Antonio. We've been here 107 years. We're accredited by multiple organizations, including Certified Humane by American Humane. And so it's a place, you can bring your family, it's safe, it's educational. And when you come here, you're helping support conservation efforts on nearly every continent just by visiting the zoo and buying a ticket. So it's a great experience for you and your family to have time together outdoors safely, and at the same time, you're helping the planet.